Coming up. Okay. Let's see how this is going. Did I hit this the right way? I think so. I think we are live on Facebook and live on Instagram. Let me see if I can get these synced up here. Okay. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's give a chance for people to chime in. All right. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see what we got here. Okay. I had to save some videos on Jackie's phone again. Okay, so as always, Sundays are interesting because it's teacher organizer night, which, unless you have some specific questions for me to get up and dance, I mean, I didn't even clear out baby. Well, that's where I hang out at night. No, just kidding. So the princess castles are still up. The baby cage is up. So hi everybody. Hey Valerie. Hey Kathy. So unless somebody has a specific dancing question, tonight we are live for teacher and organizer discussions. Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge, Monday, Jazz. Tuesday is Charleston. Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Thursdays are Thursday Evening Swing here in Spokane, Washington. Friday, Shag. Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing. And Sundays, tonight, teachers and organizers. I hope you guys have all been enjoying what we've been doing so far. So again, tonight is might be just more discussion than anything else. And the plan is to talk about dance mixers. And I posted in a lot of different groups sharing what I was going to do tonight. And I went to go update. Well, I made a list for myself of all the dance mixers that are in my head. And then I realized I had a document of all the dance mixers. But then I added to it from what popped in my head today. And I have 15 dance mixers, games mixers to share with you. So if you look in the Facebook live feed, anybody that donates $5 or more tonight will get a PDF copy of all the detailed notes on this. I'm going to see how much I can get through just kind of talking about things in general and seeing if anybody has any questions that pop up, or maybe after I'm done with the 15, if you're keeping track of a little list at home, you might look at it and mention some other ones that are out there. So without further ado, let us begin tonight's College of Swing Era Knowledge, dun, 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 with dance mixers and games. So I'm just going to go through my list here. Number one, a Paul Jones, not a Tom Jones, a Paul Jones. Paul Jones was a mixer back in the day. There's a few different ways to do it. You can do like a hand-to-hand promenade, kind of right and left, and everybody's kind of grabbing and going. And then the music kind of stops. And then whoever you're like right hand to right hand with or left hand to left hand with, that's your partner for either the rest of the dance, or you can kind of go back to the circle, go back into a Paul Jones promenade and stop the music again. So it's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I lost it completely. But so you can go hand to hand. There's times where I've done where either the leaders or the followers get in the middle of the circle, and then the other leaders or followers on the outside. Somebody just walks clockwise, somebody walks counterclockwise, and you play some fun music. Stop. Whoever's standing across from you is then your partner for either, again, the rest of the song, or maybe like you play, I like to play like real funky pop, fun, upbeat stuff for the Paul Jones part. So circles going around, and then you meet up with somebody. And then I have the swing song where I usually, and I'll pick like a longer song, like maybe 4 to 6 minutes. So I do about a minute of a song, swing song, and yell, hey, everybody, circle up, circle up, circle up. and then everybody circles up again, and then you play a little bit of the funky song. Explain Paul Jones. Yes, 2 circles. So let me see if I can get some. Sorry, everybody. So yes, I would have, for example, followers going one direction, and then the leaders going the opposite direction. All right, so whoop, and whoop. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, so maybe the followers are in the middle going, that's counterclockwise if you're looking at that, and then the leaders might be on the outside going clockwise, or vice versa. So you just do 2 circles. And again, it's just a fun, quick way to get a mixer going, and you can do it multiple times. Oh, got it. Oh, I should have scrolled down. Okay, and then I've tried the historical, traditional Paul Jones where you actually grab right hand then left hand, but I have found people mess that up all the time, so it's like easier, circle, circle, go. So that's a Paul Jones. Number 2, social big apple. Really simple. There's a caller in the middle, make everybody circle up and put on a swing song or any song you want, and the caller in the middle then goes through and does either vernacular jazz stuff, whatever movement. It's basically swing, follow the leader. Just a fun way to get everybody involved. You don't need a partner, so it's a nice way to end a dance on a high note to get everybody up off the floor, or maybe start a dance or something in the middle just to boost the energy up. If you're a DJ or an organizer, you can kind of, I don't know, I think it's a skill to kind of get a feel for how the room feels, get a sense for if the energy's dropping down, or as a DJ, like, do you need to ramp up the tempo of the music, or just do something to pop everybody's energy real quick. And so, yeah, social big apple is a fun thing. Selfish plug for our Big Apple DVD, which shows the keep punching routine, but the DVD also has a bunch of social Big Apple moves that you can share with people in your own scene. You know, things like the overhead sprinkler, smart shopper, yeah, lawnmower, all those really authentic jazz moves. But again, like, just have fun with yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously if you're the caller in the middle, or you know, find people that want to volunteer to go in the middle that are pretty charismatic for a social Big Apple. Now, this is different from like a routine, the keep punching routine, which we'll get into later. Okay, and now this is where I got some footage of the spiral. It's not so much a mixer, but it's a fun game or a fun thing to do for the group. All right, I did this yesterday. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to get Instagram over here. I don't think it's affecting. Okay, can everybody see that? I think that's good-ish. Shoot. Okay. Okay. And then here is the spiral. Go ahead and take a look at this. I think Instagram's struggling tonight. I think it's not good on Facebook. I think Instagram is bad. There we go. I think everybody's got it now. So there I am in the front of this. It looks like it's okay on Facebook. Instagram, it's kind of funky with the screen, but you can get what I'm going for here. So this is what we call a spiral. And now you can see it opening up. And I ran out of room on this one, so that's why I'm just kind of standing at the end waiting for the end of the spiral to come through. And there we go. Yeah, so let me know out there if that's, oh, sorry, Instagram. You just got to see my ceiling. Okay, chime in if that was okay. I tried to set it up with both the Instagram on the phone and the computer. So we're able to see the spiral okay. Shout out up there or thumbs up if we saw the spiral. I know on Instagram it looked a little funky. I think it was better on the Facebooks. So the spiral is pretty, it sounds really easy. The first time you try it, it's kind of scary. You basically just hold hands and you're facing the middle of the circle. And then if you're leading it, you let go. I don't know why I usually just let go with my left hand. And I tell the person to my left, stay here and don't let go of anyone's hand. Now I start moving around, clockwise, right along the line of the other people. And I pretty much, when I first go through, I'm like, don't let go, whatever you do, don't let go, don't let go. And I tell the person on my right, don't let go. And people usually are just kind of like, the phone chain, don't let go, don't let go. And you go all the way around, keep spiraling into the middle till you get a little claustrophobic, and then literally turn around and start going the other way. Now, this is where it gets a little funky. Usually at this, I'm like a Heisman right here. I'm like, whoa, 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 and I'm putting my hand out because you're starting to possibly run into the other people, and they need to know to keep a little bit of distance. So far, the only casualty I've had was when I did this once at a high school, and at the very, 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 very end, the end of the spiral got a little crazy, a little fast, and a nice young lady in heels basically bit it because they kind of whipped her around pretty fast, and I went, ooh, that's not so good. But in all my years doing the spiral, so far it's been pretty good. So just be mindful of how fast you go once you start unraveling this thing, because it gets pretty big. If you have a huge space, it's good. You don't have to have a ton of people to do it, and I hope that you were able to see the spiral. Another thing that's fun, just like as a game, this is for smaller groups, is to do a barrel, meaning like how do I word this? So I'm taking this shape and I'm gonna take this couple to the other side, go underneath, and then like flip it through. I don't know why I call it the barrel. I think it's like taking a barrel and inverting it or something. So you take this circle, and if this is the couple that's holding hands, and you take them this way, and you go through the couple on the other end, and then the whole thing just kind of inverts. I can't flip my hands that way, but hopefully you can picture that. Another fun spirally thing, and I'm going to update my notes on this one because I just thought of it, is the weave. You basically, again, like you let go of a couple, and then now you go and you weave in between, underneath the arms of the other couples. And again, it's like, you got to try these things out, and I recommend you try them in smaller groups before you try it in a mass setting. I've loved doing the spiral for years, so I'm real comfortable with a big group on that. The barrel, again, is better for smaller, because if the circle's too big, like a car wash kind of thing, like it goes like this, right? So if this is the circle, and the circle's going to go whoop, but the whole thing's going to invert, and if you hold hands through the whole thing, the last couple kind of does this little weird outside turny thing. Again, you just got to try it. And then again, the spiral thing is going in between all the other couples, weaving in and out, and then you'll come out the other end, and that last couple basically does a circle around themselves. And again, it's just fun little mixers to do with your folks. Okay, let's move on. Number 5, Switchin' in the Kitchen or Steel Dances. There's actually a song called Switchin' in the Kitchen. There's a lot of versions out there, and that's fun. You're going to either call it out, hey, we're going to do a Switchin' in the Kitchen, or a steel dance. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can just straight up get everybody up on the floor, grab a partner, and you yell out, change partners. And everybody just chaotically changes partners. Or if you know you have an extra number of leads and or follows, you have those people set aside, and you start the dance, and you tell these extra leaders or followers, like, go start to steal people. And so a nice way to do it is you just kind of tap someone out. So if I'm a leader, I'll go to a couple, I'll tap out that leader, I'll start dancing with their partner, and that leader has to go find another partner. So just like a steel dance, right? But this whole Switchin' in the Kitchen, and steel dance idea, for you teachers out there. This is a fun like side workshop, or maybe like a pre-dance simple workshop that you do on safe stealing or steal moves. Like there's certain moments, like the obvious one is like during an inside turn, and you finish the end of that turn, somebody comes in, whoop, swoops up, grabs the hand, and now you've taken that person and you're good to go. And again, the easiest thing is just a tap, the leader leaves, and you get the new person. But there's also some intricate other things you can do with stealing partners, and that could be again a whole nother discussion. So that's about a fun, I'd say, hour workshop. I mean, if you're devoting any more time than that, then you're getting pretty intricate. But again, you can make it as difficult or as easy as you want for the Switchin in the kitchen steel dance. Number 6, a snowball. Snowball is typically starting with one couple in the middle, and then you yell snowball, and the 2 people go out and get 2 people. So 2 becomes 4. You yell snowball, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, etc., etc., etc. So when you're doing a snowball, I think a fun thing to do, if you're a scene where you bring snowball to your community, one couple or maybe 2, like a smaller thing, not a huge event. Like I wouldn't do this at like a Camp Hollywood or an All Bell. I mean, I guess you could at All Bell or Camp Hollywood, where you've got a lot of different teachers, and you can start with those teachers. But again, I'm going to go back to, like, let's say you brought Joel and Valerie out to your scene, and we were going to do the old Ray Kondo weekend. You got to look that one up. Something I said, weekend. So Joel and Valerie come to your town. Bring us out in the middle. We start dancing. You say snowball. Valerie and I split apart, grab people, and we keep doing it. And so this is what I bring up as a fun thing. And then we melt the snowball. And what I mean by that is it started with Valerie and I, and we snowballed, and we made the snowball really big. Now we melt the snowball. So now you yell, melt the snowball, and you find a new partner. And now it's not fair, like Valerie and I shouldn't find each other right away. But then as you move away, if you don't have Joel or Valerie, you get off the floor, make a circle, and now we melt the snowball back to Joel and Valerie, or the teaching couple that's in the middle. Oh, okay. So Valerie says her hair will be long enough for pigtails by the time this whole thing is over, right? Yeah, I'll put a pigtail in my beard when this is all over. So, okay, so enough of the snowball stuff. Again, the details are in the notes. If you donate $5 or more, you can get a copy of all the details. Let's move on to number 7, where I basically just put down question mark choice. And what I mean by that is, what was this? The weave. I'm just updating my notes here. Sorry about that. Question mark choice, meaning the DJ calls out like leader's choice or follower's choice, or find someone you've never danced with before. Things like that. Find someone with the same color shoes as you. Find someone with the same color shirt. As a DJ or the organizer, the MC, whatever, however you organize your dances, if you have a specific DJ person that works the mic, if you're working the mic as the organizer, or you have an MC, and this could be at your regular weekly dances or a bigger event. But in my opinion, like it's not only the job to just like play good music and assume everyone's just going to dance. It's creating an atmosphere, calling out things that, and again, that's the nature of the mixer. Like, if you notice, if you have a lot of extra followers for whatever, or a lot of extra leaders for a given night, and then you specifically call out follower's choice. Now notice my jargon here. I'm not saying ladies' choice or men's choice. Like, if you're normally a follower or normally a leader, pick the one that you normally do or whatever, and just play along with the mixer kind of game. So I don't really want to get into like, the specifics of that stuff, but word choice is important. Or you can say ladies' choice if you really want to, right? Again, you create the atmosphere in your event, your weekly dance or whatnot. If you want to call something out, everybody with brown hair, your choice. Everyone with blue eyes, it's your choice right now to pick a partner. It just creates a little bit of ambiance and a little bit of atmosphere to create a mixing kind of thing that's going on. Okay, let's go on. So that's just like, it says question mark choice, leader's choice, follower's choice, whatever choice. Okay, let's go on to number 8, jams. I just said jams in general, and not peanut butter jelly time, but for example, birthday jam. And again, a lot of you are familiar with this stuff, but just in case for some of you newer community leaders, if somebody has a birthday, you bring them to the center. Or I know a lot of scenes they'll devote like one dance, like the last Thursday of the month is for all April birthdays or whatever. However you want to set up your mixer, your environment. It might happen on a weekly basis. You can do an out-of-towner jam if you know, like maybe you're doing an old school exchange, not like a huge exchange, but something where a smaller group of people from Chicago head over to Washington or over to San Francisco or wherever, and a smaller group is there, and you have the out-of-towner jam. So all of those out-of-towners are in the middle of the circle. Maybe there's a conference for whatever reason, and people are in town. And again, it's kind of surreal talking about all this now because we can't really do anything with this, but I'm hopefully giving you some great ideas for once we get back to normal. So an out-of-towner jam. And then I can't remember where we were. I've seen fun stuff like little birthday hats, just the little pointy hats with the plastic. So if it was your birthday or if you were the out-of-towner, because it can get crazy if you walk in later and you don't know who to steal, right? But if you have a birthday hat on, or if I'm the one with the hat on, then you know to steal me. Or like go to the 99-cent store and get just those plastic cheap like Hawaiian leis, and you just have a bag of those, and then like, whose birthday is it? Whoever raises their hand, pop, 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 pop. Go throw a colorful Hawaiian lei over their neck, and then that way you know who to steal. Otherwise, it can get a little confusing. You can do that with the birthday jam, with the out-of-towner jam, stuff like that. Now, this brings up also a traditional, another thing would be like a beginner jam. So this is like back in the Swing Out New Hampshire days, we would call this the Bluebird Jam. The Bluebirds were the beginner level, the lowest level, if you have to label it. But we would jam the Bluebirds. The Bluebirds would be the ones in the middle, who like normally these are the beginners are the ones that would sit out to the side. But you showcase these people, bring the beginners to the middle, and when you're there in the middle, you tell the Bluebirds or the beginners, you say, now when we say change partners, normally people will go in and steal, but that can be a little bit intimidating. I'll go back to the birthday jam. You've got someone in there, it's their birthday or a few people, so people are stealing to try to get in or tapping people out to get to them to dance for their birthday. But if you're a beginner, this could be a little intimidating. So what I recommend for a beginner jam is the people that are the beginners, you let them know in advance, hey, we're going to do this little jam. You're going to go in the middle of the circle. And when we say change partners, here's what's different. Everybody on the outside of the circle basically goes, pick me, pick me, pick me, like make eye contact with a beginner and try to encourage them to come to you, and they get you and bring you out to the floor to dance. This does a couple of things. It's not as intimidating as someone going in and stealing, which is more of an advanced concept. And it also gets the beginners to get to go to people, go get people to dance. And again, it's a mixer. So hopefully by the end of the song, they will have danced with a lot of different people. Now, I've said this in my own hometown. We've been trying this since we got out here this year. So this can absolutely terrify some people. So just pay attention. Like if you're a brand new beginner and you put them in the middle and they look super intimidated and scared, maybe go grab them, bring them off to the side, check in with them. Are you okay? But I've found that most people really kind of like it. There's a big energy in the room. It encourages them to really have fun. And it's a real quick way in 3 minutes for the beginners to dance with a lot of different people. Now, on the flip side, you do need to explain a little bit to your normal community, the dancers that might be more well-versed in stuff. Explain to them what the beginner jam is, because you also don't want to go out there and do crazy moves or figures or crazy styling. Again, that's going to intimidate a beginner. So this is just a great scene builder in itself as well. That's, again, a beginner jam. Okay, and then we've got the traditional swing jam, which historically, I prefer when like somebody's really dancing hot on the floor and a circle forms around them just because people like want to watch, and then there's that jam, and that jam kind of idea goes into like calling out another couple who wants to come in. It's a little bit more show-offy, and usually there's little chunks of choreography that you work on. And I've seen scenes where they say, hey, now we're going to have a swing jam, and they actually announce it. So again, however you want to do this in your community to build it and have some inspiration and whatnot, because I know scenes where if you know you're going to have the swing jam, couples will get together and work on a little sequence for the jam, and it's kind of fun for them. What I like to do in those jam situations is find a beginner. And again, they are scared to death because usually the teachers or the better dancers go out there, they're doing aerials and all that crazy stuff, and I'll go up to a beginner, I'm like, hey, let's go. And they're like, no way. I'm like, come on, well, you can do it. We can do this. And I'm telling you, you guys, take a beginner out there. You don't have to do anything fancy. The crowd rallies behind the beginner. I'm telling you, they love it. If you're an old timer or a beginner, you can go out in a swing jam and do anything you want as long as you're in an encouraging community and an environment that wants to really raise the level of dancing and support everyone. You're going to get those cheers. Now, if you're at an event, or let's face it, we've been in those places where there's a cat's corner or something like that, and the jam is a little intimidating, and that's fine. But remember, if you're an organizer, what kind of environment do you want at your event? If you're organizing weekly dances, what kind of environment do you want? I would like to motivate my local community by having swing jams, encourage them to work on their stuff. But at the same time, I'm going to bring in a beginner, and I'm going to do basic whatever with them. I'm going to do 6 basic tuck turns and smile at them and make them feel wonderful. So again, talk to your more advanced dancers about this concept of a swing jam and encouraging them to go in. Okay, so that's all jam stuff. All right. Number 9, leader or follower challenge dance. I'm going to explain this really quickly. So I'm going to go at it as it's a leader challenge dance. Okay, and the leader challenge dance would be this. If it's leader challenge dance night, I come in and I say, I'm going to lead tonight, and I get an envelope. And I have that in my pocket or my bag or whatever by my dance stuff. Followers are coming in, they're like, we're following tonight. And so they get a ticket. And I would have like maybe keep track of like the number of followers that are coming in and give them 10 tickets. But on the back of the ticket, like the first follower in the door is like real quick, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 10 tickets, boom, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, boom, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, boom. Now it's my job as a leader throughout the night to ask as many people to dance as possible. And so I get a ticket. I dance with someone, they give me a ticket, I put it in my envelope. Now again, the reason for giving the 1 tickets, the 2 tickets, the 3 tickets, the 4 tickets is because I want to dance with as many different followers as possible. See what I mean? If you give out those tickets with the numbers on them, and I could dance with the same person 20 times and I have 20 tickets. This isn't my first rodeo. So on the back of the ticket is a number 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And again, if you have massive dances, you might have to take care of some logistics in advance, but it can still be fun. So now at the end of the night, again, it's logistics. Leaders give their envelopes to the front, and at the end, I remember we did this in San Diego a couple times. We literally went home, opened up the envelopes, counted out all the unique tickets, and to see. So let's say there were 40 followers there that night. Some leaders danced with 35. Some leaders danced with 30. You just jot down who did what. The next week, you do the flip side. You do the followers challenge. So all the leaders come in and get their tickets, ticket. All the followers get an envelope, and you do the same thing. And now, week 3, you announce the big winners. Who was the one that went out and asked more people to dance than anyone else, or top 3? Okay, so that's the leader-follower challenge dance. Number 10, finish the phrase, the shape, the numbers, nuts and bolts. This is super fun. Finish the phrase. This is great at Christmas time. All the leaders coming in get a little piece of paper. Like mine says jingle. And then Valerie comes to the dance like a half hour later, and she gets the little piece of paper that says bells. And so now, like when the dance starts, I got to find jingle bells. Hey, that looks like a match, and we get together and we're hanging out together, right? Or a shape dance. We did this for Valentine's Day. Go to the 99-cent store or craft store, Michael's or whatever. I'm just impressed that I know that Michael's exist. And so then you get hearts and cut out wacky shapes, right? Straight line across this way, lightning bolt, whatever. There's only 2 pieces that are going to fit together. So I show up to the dance and I get my leader half of the heart, and then Jackie shows up later and gets her follower half of the heart. And when the heart dance starts, you got to find your partner with the right shape. And again, you can do this cardboard, make it easy, paper, different shapes, whatever. Easiest thing would be numbers. Just have index cards, cut them in half, whatever, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to whatever, and just pass out numbers. Find the partner with this matching number. I haven't done this personally, but I thought it would always be a good idea. Go to the hardware store if you have the funds available. There's tons of different bolt sizes and nut sizes, large and small. Get a bag full of bolts, a bag full of nuts, and just try to mix it up and see if you can find the person that matches it up. Good luck with that. But you get what I'm saying. Now, the other fun thing about finish the phrase dance, going back to the Christmas thing. So you have the dance where you are actually going through and trying to find the matching phrases, right? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, right? Christmas tree, egg, nog, yada, yada, yada. So now one dance is to try to find that partner and you're dancing and whatnot. Now you make everybody do a circle, and then you have a jam where you say, all right, let's get out the eggnog couple. And the eggnog couple goes out there and does their thing. Let's bring out jingle bells, da, 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 da. So all that good stuff. Okay, so that's the finish the phrase, shape, numbers, nuts, and bolts dance. Oh, man. I had a feeling I was just going to get through this. I had another topic that I was going to discuss, but I'm going to save that for next week. So stay tuned for that. But let's finish off our mixers and games. Number 11, dance cards. This used to be big back in the day. In the PDF, I share a link from Richard Powers, who had a junior prom from February 9th, 1923. The dance card. So back in the day, they would actually have the dances that they were going to do, whether it was a foxtrot, waltz, whatever. And then this card was really cute because they had these little phrases that went along with the dances. And it started really just like innocent, and it got like really deep towards the end. So if you want to really create a unique DJ set and you know it's going to be X number of songs, print out a dance card in advance so everyone gets the piece of paper, and you give it to them to fill out. So a couple things you can do with this. Whoever fills out their whole dance card, who danced every single dance of that dance card set, again, hand it in, you get prizes. Or it's just, back in the day, it was just a memento. It was your chance to, just have a memory of the night of you dancing and who you danced with. And maybe you make a little note like, hey, I really liked this follower, or, they had really cool shoes, whatever, right? So you can have a dance card dance, or a dance card like 30-minute chunk during your dance. All right, number 12, a soul line, or make it a Lindy line or a Balboa line. You've seen it. Soul train. Boom, 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 boom. Walk it in, walk it out. Line of leaders, line of followers, line of whoever, meet at the top, come down together, get to the end, everybody's moving and grooving. Just a fun time, right? And you can use 60s or 70s music, which is super fun, or specifically put on a favorite Lindy song and have a jazz line where you come down doing jazz steps or Balboa footwork or whatever. Modify it for what, again, you want to do for that night. So have a soul line. Number 13, bust a move. So let's say you're about an hour or two into the dance and all of a sudden you just go like, everybody circle up, grab a partner, we're going to bust a move. You just show something really fun, a nice little sequence or a fun move, the pretzel, whatever. But you do it and you rotate partners right away. It's not meant to be the hour-long class breaking down all the steps. So it should be something digestible, something easy for all levels, something fun really quick. All right, try it out. Great. Oh, that was terrible. Rotate. Maybe it's the person you were with. Boom, try it again. Rotate 5 or 6 times. Get people mixing with each other. And then maybe you do a Paul Jones. And then you encourage people to do the little bust a move that you taught in the middle of the dance. This one doesn't take any more than 4 or 5 minutes. Again, you're not stopping to teach a half-hour or hour-long lesson. It's a bust a move, quick thing, and then you move on. Something fun. Okay, flashlight dance, number 14. Get the lights dimmed a little bit low. If the flashlight flashes on the couple, that couple breaks away and finds another partner. So it's kind of like a steel dance. I guess I could have put that underneath the steel dance section. But obviously be mindful. Don't be shining a bright light in people's eyes and blinding them, but have a flashlight steel. And then lastly, number 15, classic jazz routines. I know there's some people, oh my goodness, did I not put that in? Did I miss it? Oh, okay, I got 2 more. So this is 16 things. Oh my gosh. Okay, so number 15, classic jazz routines. Let me see, did I skip that part? Hold on. I did. Okay, sorry. Let me just finish this. 16 classic jazz routines. I know some people are like, I don't like jazz routines. I don't like routines, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. If you don't like it, then you could leave for that song or whatever. But I think it's a nice thing. You don't have to partner up. It gives a sense of community if everybody gets up to do the shim sham. A lot of these things have been passed on for ages. So let's keep the history of this great dance alive. Do the shim shams, the trinky doos, the big apples, the Madison. Oh, it's Madison time, Val. Hit it. Boom, pass that bad boy on. Let's keep the 50s alive. Just fun little things like this. I remember being in Pittsburgh, and Bobby D in Pittsburgh had a really, really, really simple, little Charleston choreography, 4 moves and then boom, turn to the wall. 4 moves, whatever. Again, something that your community can do all together, regardless of a partner. So again, it may not be a mixer, but it's a dance game or an opportunity for everybody to get on the floor and boost a little bit of energy. Cleveland box, that's right. Okay, I skipped. I don't know how I skipped this. I think because I turned the page. And then finally, this is number 4 on my PDF, but I'll wrap it up here tonight with Rueda. Now, typically this came from the salsa world, salsa rueda, meaning wheel, and you do changing of partners in a rueda style. So there's a Lindy rueda. We did a Balboa rueda back in 2003, and then we showcased it at the Oakland Swing Dance Festival. It was like this big rueda event where a lot of different teams from different cities came in and did stuff. So I've got links to a bunch of different rueda inspirations. And I also think this is a really nice thing for beginners. If you have a beginner Lindy Hop series and you go through the basic inside turn, outside turn, Texas Tommy. And so you explain how a rueda works, and then during the dance you call it out and you're doing the moves, so people are practicing their Lindy Hop. They're practicing their swing outs. I gotta be honest, because if you have terrible technique in your Lindy Hop, then your rueda is absolutely awful. I mean, I've seen people get off count. I've seen people do their swing out in the wrong direction. Because if you're not diligent about how you lead your partners, it gets all messed up. And it's just a fun way to do a checkup on your technique. And you can also get super complicated with a rueda. And another thing I encourage is, and I'm going to add this to my notes too, Two couple Rueda. Where is this? I'm going to add that in my notes. I'm going to update my notes. If you don't know what two couple Rueda is, then I think I'm going to set up another workshop for that, because that without a doubt is super fun. I know my performance team, the Hang 10 Hoppers down in San Diego, we've done this. We've done it where we have to perform. It's like a big bang for your buck kind of thing, where we're just social dancing, calling out moves, but it's two couples offset and it looks really cool. So play with some Rueda. Okay, there we go. West Coast Rueda in college. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, woo, that was 40 minutes, and all I did was talk about these great mixers that we have available to us. Now, I don't know if you were knowledgeable about these or not. Again, anybody that donates $5 or more will get this. I think it's 4 pages worth of details on all of this stuff. And again, if you have any questions on specifics, maybe we can set up a Zoom session where we can get together, again, practice social distancing. But if you feel safe enough at home with 3 other people or not, I mean, again, I don't want to push the envelope here with everything going on. So please donate. It does help me and my family get through this time. This is Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Tonight was dance mixers, and I'll post in next week's event with my idea to talk about sampling versus mastering, or vertical and horizontal thinking, or, as my great mentor said, diversity versus specialization. And this is mostly for teachers, but also dancers in general. So all of that kind of gets mixed up together, but we're going to have that chat, I think, next week. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's College of Swing Era Knowledge. I'm Joel. Remember, Monday, jazz. Tuesday, Charleston. Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Thursday, Spokane's Thursday Evening Swing. Friday, Shag Night. Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing. And Sundays, teachers and organizers. Please donate. We appreciate it. $5 and more. Mention Mixer in the notes, and you will get a copy of all the details of tonight's discussion. Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Night, night. Crazy about you.